3, 2, 1, and we're live.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Friendzone podcast. Today we are joined with our editor Kyle and Cody. Let's get this on the roll.
Yeah.
That was smooth, Connor. That was very smooth. That was quick and clean.
Quick and clean.
Quick. Yeah.
And you didn't bring up the irrelevant people that much. That's good. It's good.
Yeah. He just went right over me. He's like, editor Kyle and Cody.
And
what's going on?"
Cody.
Yeah, I actually
Joined by
made
editor
it.
Kyle and Cody. But yeah, you're welcome, Cody. You're welcome.
I thank you, Connor. I appreciate it. I appreciate like the 0.2 extra seconds I got in the beginning. I appreciate it.
It's more than usual.
I know.
It is. Kyle, I like that sign behind you.
So do I. Definitely, there's no action needed. It's just a funny, funny who, for the stream. I just keep it on, and I don't feel like changing it. So.
So you get turned into Popo-ho.
What do you mean get turned into the popo?
You're gonna have like some 16-year-old be like, send.
Buddy, no.
Yeah, it's definitely not like the S's or dollar signs.
They are dollar signs, so
I know they are.
technically
I
it
can see it a
says
little bit.
end nude. End it nude. Really, so
Yeah, she's trying to end nudity.
end
is what
nude
Kyle-
beaches. I
Yeah,
mean,
Kyle. That's what Kyle wants
just
to end.
unsanitary. It takes more people's life
Than COVID.
than COVID. No.
Oh dear God.
That's funny.
We're
No.
joking.
Yeah, that's a
We're
joke.
joking.
Quite
It's a joke.
clearly.
It's a joke. Calm down, everybody. Calm down.
Just
Calm down. We're just joking.
yeah, it's about as that
No, but,
fact is about as real as Caitlyn Jenner's pussy. So.
Dude, you said that so
Kyle.
much lately.
Oh my
You said
God.
that so much.
What?
You.
Oh lordy, you're gonna have people watching this and be like, "Oh my God, what they say about my Caitlyn?"
Cool.
Yeah.
Who cares?
No,
Is it
but-
wrong?
okay.
No.
No. No.
No.
Okay. All right. So let's get off of that topic real quick before Kyle says something else stupid.
No,
but
no.
guys, we are 6 days away from Mandalorian season 2.
Mandalorian season fucking 2, baby.
Did you
I'm
see
excited.
the new trailer, Kyle?
The new trailer? No.
That doggo ass trailer.
I saw the.
The
How many
first
have
one?
there? Yeah, the first one. I saw the first one.
They released the second one like a week ago, right, Connor?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Connor was like spamming me like, "Did you see the trailer? Did you see the trailer?"
I did not. I said one time, I'm like, yeah, I said go watch the Mandalorian trailer when you were at work because you were watching movies. So I just told you to go watch the trailer.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were
Mhm.
already being useless. So.
Yeah, but no, dude, I'm ready for it. I can't wait to see because like we're supposed to have Ahsoka, supposed to have what is it? We're supposed to have Ahsoka's making a presence. Rex might be making a presence in there.
Who are they gonna have play as Rex?
I don't know. Would
Are
they?
they just gonna have what's his face do it?
The guy that does the clone.
Yeah.
They might, I
Dude,
don't know.
but he's got to be pretty old now. You got to take into consideration the
Clones
clones.
don't
Rex is,
age.
well,
Well,
Rex
I
is
know
supposed
they
to-
don't, but the
Rex
actor
is
who
supposed to be
played
very
the
old in
clones.
that.
Oh, well, yeah. Then actually, then it would make sense if Rex is supposed to be old. Then you could have the same actor come play.
And
it.
who else is it? Who else
Obviously-
from Ahsoka and Ezra's not. Wait, Ezra might be. I don't know. But what's it?
Boba Fett, Lord.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett is but from the Ghost. Sabine. No.
Sabine?
No. Yeah, Sabine. Yeah, Sabine might be making a presence there as well. So we're gonna get some of them. I like the look of Mando. Mando looks badass in some of the scenes he's had.
Mando's a
but-
badass character, man.
He is, and then like they're trying to find other Mandalorians to help them get
Get the
the child
kid to do the Jedi.
Jedi. Yeah, 'cause
no
they're
one knows like the species. Everybody just calls him
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
Nobody knows his species.
The
Yeah, this
species
is-
has never been specified.
No. Yeah, that's one of the most questions asked.
You
That's
know
one of the
how many
top
people-
questions asked.
There was a thing on Twitter I saw. It was a while ago, back when Baby Yoda was a thing. But someone said like is Baby Yoda actually like Baby Yoda? And so many people said yes, and it actually physically pained me. Like since people say Baby Yoda, they think that is the baby like version of Yoda, which I'm like. Like that's why I don't call it like Baby Yoda anymore. I just say
It's
the
the kid. It's a
kid or
child.
the child
They
or
put a
whatever.
child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like people are saying like, well, I guess people forget that during the Republic there was two of Yoda's kind. There was Yoda and then there's Yaddle.
Yaddle. He
So
plays.
there can be more than just one. So it's not Yoda.
He was
It
in the
pains me.
he was on the Jedi Council in the Phantom Menace.
Hmm.
He's
You
got like
never
a
know.
fucking
Yoda
hairdo.
might have been reincarnated as Baby Yoda.
He was.
I don't know. But all I gotta say is that
Okay.
species or whatever it is very strong in the Force.
They're very force sensitive.
Yes.
Where do
Like-
they come from? You know what planet they're?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I
one of the
didn't-
things with Yoda is like there's nothing on Yoda, like from species wise to where they came from. Why are are they so strong, sensitive in the Force, or Force sensitive? There's like nothing. Like
But why Yoda's been boss bitch for that long?
Yeah.
yeah, how he can be
They
alive
live
for almost like 1,000
forever,
years.
dude. That's crazy.
I'm like because I'm
There
interested
must
seeing-
not be that many of them though, because if they're all if they're that force sensitive, like you would just think that a lot of them would just like go into like the Jedi thing, and they
Jedi.
would try to preserve it for as long as they could because of just how old they are. But apparently, if there's not that many, that's the only thing I could think of is like they're almost extinct or something.
Well, it's just they have a long life expectancy to where there's just not that many of them, is what it is, something like that. Well, just think about it. You have like there's so many of them. You have 50 of Yoda's kind who are very force sensitive, are just badasses. It's gonna be just OP for the Jedi.
Yeah,
That's
I guess.
what it would have been, because you have 50 like 700 plus year old Jedi of Yoda's kind. Order 66, I'm sorry, would not have happened, because that's just not possible with how many of Yoda's kind there would have been. I think they do that because it's, in a sense, it would.
Well, Order
off the
66
storyline.
Order 66 still would have happened, but it wouldn't. The Emperor wouldn't have been able to take over.
Well, if you had 50 of Yoda's kind and they're pretty
But
much
they're
all
all-
force sensitive to where they're on the
yeah.
Jedi Council, and the Jedi Council goes to ask Palpatine. I think that's why, is because Yoda's species is just so force sensitive that they had to limit how many there could be at a time.
That's probably why.
Oh, okay. There's this stuff that's been going all around YouTube lately. I've seen it on TikTok. It's of what if Order 66 failed. Have you guys seen any of that?
Not on TikTok. No,
No.
I honestly
It's
Not
been
haven't.
on
on
YouTube as
TikTok.
well.
I still see TikTok Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
just
I
don't see
saw
that.
it. I saw the video they had of it, and I went to YouTube and watched it, and it's like, what happens if it failed? Like all the Jedi Council masters like sensed it, and they came back, and it shows like them defeating Palpatine, and it shows like, let's see, for when they went to Mustafar, it was Plo Koon and Obi-Wan that went to battle Anakin, and pretty much what it shows in the end is that Palpatine and Anakin lost, and Anakin spent the rest of his life in prison, and Palpatine died. But it shows a story of like everything would have happened. It's very cool. It's like a what if.
Yeah, like a what if.
It was very cool because they went through entirely like planning it out.
Well,
And
it
saying-
all could have ended if Obi-Wan listened to Count Dooku from the beginning.
Yeah, there's 2 times.
Join me.
There was 2
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
They said there's a Sith, somebody in the Sith is in the Senate, or has control of the Senate, almost. And then he says, Darth Tyrannus, they said, like to Jango, said, I was hired by Darth Tyrannus. And then in the Clone Wars, he says, you will, I forget what planet they're on. But they're
It's
like,
what the Pike Syndicate, the
yes.
Reed Pike was like, Tyrannus, what are you doing? And Obi-Wan's like, whoa, you're Tyrannus?
It's like, put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
let's trust the clones now. Let's trust the people, all the clones that were hired by, the enemy. That's just brilliant.
yeah, but if you were in Obi-Wan's position and he tells you that, would you believe him? would you say,
Yes.
"Oh yeah, okay"? No, you wouldn't. You only know this
Okay.
because of the future.
Okay, so if I was Obi-Wan, okay, my master was Qui-Gon, okay? The person who trained Qui-Gon is none other than Count Dooku, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I would kind of trust Count Dooku in a sense. Because, like, right before that, he goes, I wish Qui-Gon was still here, blah, 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 blah. I guarantee that if I was in Obi-Wan's position, I'd be like, that's interesting. I might have to
put some thought into it.
be like,
and
you
Maybe,
trained my
yeah,
master.
maybe put an investigation, but I wouldn't full-fledged.
Well, then when when he went to Camino and he said and Django said I was hired by someone called Darth or Tyrannus, and then you
Lord
hear the Pike
Tyrannus.
say it, like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Count Dooku hired Django, so maybe there's some correlation here, but no, instead it's just information here and throw it out the window.
You know, yeah. It sucks that as much as I hated that, like, Order 66 and all that, like, happened and stuff, like, I hate watching that part. It's... Order 66 is one of the most integral events to ever occur in the It literally, if it wasn't there, Star Wars wouldn't be there. Like, Star Wars, it would end. Like, it just wouldn't... There would be no purpose.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
even though I hate it, it's still a big part.
I think everybody hates, like,
I guess
episode
that
3
part...
is
If
such
I
a
had
good...
the money, I would make like a runoff series, like break the timeline of Star Wars and like make a whole movie series on what would happen if Order 66 didn't happen,
Order 66 didn't happen. Yeah, it'd be...
and create like a new villain or something.
Mm-hmm.
They hop into the DeLorean and go back and stop it.
Yeah. Go back in time.
Yeah, Rey figures out how to time travel. Goes
I'm
back.
interested in
Who
seeing
are
if they're
you?
gonna
I'm
do
Rey
something with her.
Skywalker. Wait, you're related? No, not really. I just use your name.
Yeah, I just
Oh.
stole your name.
I just assumed your name, and yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, is that my lightsaber? Oh yeah, about that.
Yeah, have you guys seen that where like Rey holds the dagger, and there's like many terrible things have happened with this weapon, and yet she's holding Anakin's lightsaber. How many children were slaughtered with that thing? How many Jedi were slaughtered with this thing?
Everything in the temple was slaughtered with
Yeah,
that thing.
exactly. Yeah. Like that, I was like, come on, like you're saying that with the dagger, and yet you have a lightsaber in your hand that has probably done much worse things than that dagger has.
So the last series in of Clone Wars, Maul is waiting for Anakin to show up so he can stop it. Why wouldn't Maul just turn himself in and be like, yeah, that guy right there is the Sith Lord?
Think they believe him?
You know,
I mean,
it would be
Well, I guess
so
if they did,
hard.
Palpatine would have done everything in his power to make sure
Get
that
him killed.
Maul, to get him killed before he returns.
Yeah, because he already made sure whenever he fought Savage and Maul that he would never, like, he shouldn't, like, ever, like, return or whatever. And I think Maul took that and goes, holy shit, this guy's pretty fucking powerful. He just straight
yeah,
up.
he knew he's powerful because it was his master.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he also single-handedly destroyed Savage and outplayed him as well.
Well, yeah,
His
Palpatine
master.
was the strongest Sith Lord of all time.
I just feel, yeah, I feel like that's kind of a lot of why he didn't try to go back and say, because I don't think he wanted to die. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like if he would have went back, he would have died in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, if he was on his way back and like was talking and he said that to them, like he made sure he did everything in his power not to tell Ahsoka about the plan of what Palpatine had. So I don't know if it was like he just couldn't, like Palpatine did something to him to where he just didn't want to talk about it, or he just wanted to avoid Palpatine as much as possible in the situation.
Probably. I feel like a lot of it would have to be that. But like,
Yeah,
imagine you try to go back to the
If you think
Jedi.
about it, if Maul turns himself in, he's gonna be surrounded by Jedi.
That's exactly.
Like it's gonna be a whole council. So the Sidious, if he turns himself in, tells them, what is Palpatine gonna go do? Try to kill Darth Maul? If Palpatine tries to do that, guess who's gonna stop him?
Yeah, but
I mean,
he's been and had his way within the council and within the Senate. I feel like he could find a way. Like maybe he doesn't personally do it. Obviously, a lot of what
because technically
Palpatine doesn't do a lot of his own
could have brought up
bidding.
the fact with Fives.
Yeah, but Palpatine did everything he could there.
Yeah, that
So
almost
just imagine
fucked up.
imagine how it would be if it was Maul.
Imagine not only your own kind, but the enemy is. That's interesting, honestly. I mean, it would still be hard to believe someone who was literally killed Qui-Gon and as swore to defeat Kenobi.
See, that's what's interesting there.
It would be
so
hard
would
to.
So if he
believe him.
turned himself in, like, wait, was he going
But
to?
that's showing something. Like he turns himself in. Like he puts his stuff down and he comes in on the bargain of that he doesn't want the Sith to continue.
So would they go to the council, or would they go to Jedi Council, or would they go to the Senate for that? Would they put it under?
It would be Jedi affairs, 100%.
Yeah, because he's
Because
killed.
it's a Sith Lord. He has zero part to do with the Separatists. So it would be 100% Jedi affair.
Do you think Maul though? Also, yes, he would go there, and maybe they stop Palpatine, but do you think he was willing to sacrifice? Like he would go. He's gonna go to prison. He's gonna stay in prison forever if he goes back. Even if they do catch him, do you think they're just gonna be like, okay, you're good, Maul. You didn't do anything bad in the past. You're all right. Like he would still get punished.
Definitely.
Badly
but what
for
would
it.
be worse? Having to be under fucking Palpatine's rule,
I think. Well, I think that
because he had to get to that Sith planet somehow with the Sith holocron. That Ezra, and I'm pretty sure Palpatine banishes him there after his whole thing with the what's it called, the
Well, because there is Sith holocrons in the Jedi Temple. They're below. So is that?
Yeah, the whole Jedi Temple was made on the old Sith.
Yeah.
Like.
So did you get it from the planet, Connor, or did he get it?
As he goes to, it's a Sith planet. It's an old Sith planet that Darth Maul gets banished to, and it continues in Rebels. Ezra gets called there for some reason, along with who was with him, Ahsoka, and Kanan. But they get separated, and he finds this figure. He finds Maul. And Maul's like, I need your help. I'm weak. I'm tired. I need you to lift these things. And then, so Ezra lifts the things and helps him get through. But then Maul just pulls out his lightsaber and absolutely demolishes the Inquisitors.
Yeah,
and the Inquisitors even know who he is. The Inquisitors know who he is. And I think they try to arrest. It's like, they're like, oh, it's you. You're wanted, or something like that.
No, is it the scene where, like, Kanan and Ahsoka are versing the Inquisitors, and Ezra's like, I brought help, and it's Maul, and they're like, it's the ghost. It's like, you know who I am. And then Maul just
like, Maul.
Yeah, and then Maul just wreck sauces them. Like, I've seen Ahsoka versus Inquisitors, and she absolutely wreck sauces, and then you have Maul as well. Like, it just shows you that when you were fully back when the Republic was in place, they're kind of stronger than Jedi now, or for them. Because the Inquisitors, shit. When they have a full-on Jedi, or pretty much more of a trained Jedi than what Kanan was, they didn't stand a chance when it was Ahsoka. So that just shows you that as time progressed, like, the style of, like, fighting for Jedi-wise sort of dwindled. Like, because look in the movies now. You went from badass fight scenes in episode 3 to that.
Well, you gotta also keep in mind, back then the way they were trained with the council. That was their
That's all
life.
they did.
They were training not only using the Force, but they were also in battle. So it almost makes sense once that falls apart and the only Jedi that remain, a lot, they're gonna lack the lightsaber skills, and they had to make up for it obviously in force power, and they did that. That's a lot with a lot of strong people. Like Luke was never crazy badass lightsaber duelist. He was just he was good. He was good. Don't get me wrong, he was good. And Obi-Wan trained him for a short period of time.
He just had more knowledge than he did like lightsaber skill.
Yeah,
he had more knowledge. Is what
he
was
smart and still had good force power. And like obviously Rey is just a fucking Palpatine. She's gonna be powerful as fuck. I mean, Go ahead.
Luke was more of patience in aspect. That's why his lightsaber, he ended up with a green one, because green resembles very force powerful and patience. That's what, like Yoda had green because he was very patient. Qui-Gon had green because Qui-Gon was very patient. Did you see it in the mall fight? Qui-Gon just sits down and is just like, I'm gonna meditate, and Obi-Wan's like walking back and forth, like
pacing himself.
Yeah, exactly. And that Obi-Wan was very good duelist, and that's why he had blue.
Yeah, blue is more of like a duelist, like more lightsaber.
Very force sensitive, very strong with the force, but way less patient. Way less patient.
So the thing with Qui-Gon though, if you go with that, is Qui-Gon.
Kit Fisto had green, and Kit Fisto was extremely patient when he was versing Grievous. He was very patient in those fights.
Yeah, he could sense, like, one of his abilities was he could like predict the future.
That's why his Padawan died, because he had a blue lightsaber and he wasn't patient.
Well, like you think about it, that's why he has some, I forget what ability it is, to where he can sort of sense ahead of time where the lightsaber is going to be, because that's how he survived a little longer in the battle with Palpatine. Well, like 2 seconds.
I'm sorry. Kit Fisto definitely should have been able to
last longer. Yes.
Last way longer. Longer.
Okay, I think all the Jedi should have, honestly, because you think about it, they're Jedi masters. They're at the top of the chain. They are some of the most powerful Jedi in the Council. I'm sorry, but
no, not really. The two really powerful was Kit Fisto and Mace Windu.
Yeah, Kit Fisto should have lasted way longer, because he's survived fucking with Grievous. And Grievous had 4 lightsabers to do all his crazy shit, and he went out of that with ease. He should have most definitely been able to.
Aiden Kolar, he wasn't that powerful, and Tin also wasn't that powerful.
See, all you needed to do to go into that room was have 4 people. Kit Fisto, Mace Windu, Yoda, and like Obi-Wan.
2 people. If you had Yoda and Mace Windu,
donezo.
Their way of attack, like their plan of attack for like separating and allocating Jedi.
If Mace Windu was just smart enough and brought Anakin,
that's
the him not bringing Anakin changed it all. That was like, oh wow, you don't trust me.
going, but I still don't know why he didn't bring him. I'm guessing it's just he still didn't like.
Well, Mace Windu and Anakin have never seen eye to eye.
No,
ever since Anakin was brought to the Jedi Temple in Episode 1, he already didn't like him as it is, because Mace Windu just nothing with what Anakin was. He was not okay with. Like, you think about it, he was like, he's too old. And it's like, okay, that's when it started right there. And then
every step of the way,
Mace Windu was like, I don't trust him.
He's been reluctant to even, obviously reluctant to give a master. They didn't give him a master.
Well, honestly, what I still don't get, I get it, like, it was Qui-Gon's last wish for Obi-Wan to train the boy. But if you're gonna have, let's say, the most powerful Jedi, you have the Chosen One with you, then you need to have like Mace, like Windu or Yoda, one of the people on the Jedi Council at the time, train the boy if he's supposed to be the Chosen One. Like I say, Mace Windu, like I get it, don't see eye to eye, but Mace Windu has anger and like he controls his anger, like because that's one of his forms right there. Like Connor says, like Mace Windu's technically not a Jedi, isn't that what you're saying, Connor?
According to Drew Jedi principles.
Yes, true Jedi principles. He's not a Jedi, but he can control his anger and use his enemies' anger against them. So like you had Yoda or like Mace Windu training the Anakin. I think they might have been a different outcome instead of just.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they just respected Qui-Gon's wishes, and they didn't go against it because the amount of respect they had for Qui-Gon.
The Jedi Council is based on honor, is what it was.
So
like,
I mean, I do agree. It probably would have been better if someone else would have. Although Obi-Wan and Anakin together mesh very well together compared. I feel like
it was an unbreakable bond.
Brother,
they had a
like
special,
they were
it was a brotherhood. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I don't know. It's not a bad choice. I don't know. I don't think it was that was the problem. I just think a lot of other external forces besides Obi-Wan, like whoever trained him, obviously, fucking Palpatine's bitch ass. But.
Yeah, there's just plenty of stuff that they probably could have changed in the mix with it to where there would have been a different outcome. Like if you had Qui-Gon that didn't die, I believe that Anakin would have never once had a thought of turning to the dark side because Qui-Gon was a father figure to Anakin. He was the father that Anakin had always wanted or always dreamt of having was Qui-Gon. Anakin, like as soon as Anakin met Qui-Gon, he was immediately attached to him. Like he was like, that is the father figure I've always wanted. That's where I feel like if Qui-Gon never died,
and they were more like Obi-Wan listened to the council, Qui-Gon was like,
yeah. Obi-Wan said it in episode 1. He's like, "You'd be on the council, Master, if you just followed their orders or like obeyed their command." And Qui-Gon's just like, "Nah, we'll go our own way." That's exactly how Anakin is. Like if you look at Anakin in the series and the movies, he doesn't listen to anything they say for orders wise.
Or twist them.
Yeah, he twists the order. Yeah, he'll be like,
there were so many times in the Clone Wars he goes, "Well, they said I could do this, couldn't I?" And then
it was in the Clone Wars, and Padme was like, "You're supposed to protect me, so I'm going there, so you're gonna come with me." He was like, "Well, I guess that goes with the Jedi's orders."
And like, how many times like they like Anakin in the TV series, like Obi-Wan was like, I followed Anakin. Was like, I was just being like Anakin for once when they're on Geonosis.
No, the best part was when they went and looked for Plo Koon. They were like, "Do not go look for him." Blah blah blah. Anakin, where are you? Oh, we're in this system. Looking for Plo Koon.
Especially early on in the series when Ahsoka was appointed to be Anakin's Padawan, there were times where she was like, "Oh yeah, I gotta do the right thing, yeah," and then like she saw Anakin like, "Well, they never said I couldn't do this," and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll do that."
Like she's like all about rules in the beginning and about following, and then she's like, she meets Anakin, and then you realize down the line when Plo Koon says it, "You don't realize, but you are very much alike your master," and you see it. She just goes in there gun ho.
She took after him. For sure.
Yeah, that's another thing right there. Like, Ahsoka never left the Jedi. I don't think Anakin would have turned. I don't know. What do you guys? Do you think that too?
Nope.
I think it would have been a lot harder. Maybe it still happens. I just think
Ahsoka would have been there when they fought Count Dooku. So.
Yeah, she would have probably stopped it. She would have been like, Anakin. Because like that right, as soon as you see that right there, you're like, yeah, Pal.
But imagine if because Palpatine kind of saw everything played out. And imagine if if like Ahsoka walked in with Anakin He's like, Bryson is what?
He's like, what?
What? This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that because I would not blame Ahsoka for leaving.
Like, you know what would be
Especially,
hilarious? Anakin chops off his head and Palpatine just like gets up out of his shackles and starts walking. Wait, how the heck did you stand up?
he's
I
like,
broke free.
he's like, yes.
I definitely did not know the code. This is definitely not my seat on this ship normally.
Yeah. I definitely did not. Yeah. I definitely did not know they were gonna kidnap me today. Have you seen the Lego version of him getting kidnapped?
I have not.
Palpatine's in there. He's like, he's talking to Grievous, like, do it. And he's like, oh, and he's talking to the people from the council. He's like, do it. It's like, and Grievous is like, what? You mean to do it or not? He's like, do it. He just goes back and forth. It is just hilarious.
The Lego ones are fucking. I remember when we were watching some of them, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, we did that one. Like we got done watching a movie, and we started watching them. They're just hilarious. I've been watching Rebels, and I didn't realize how hilarious that Rebels show was with Chopper.
Rebels is hilarious.
With Chopper, Zeb. Oh my gosh.
No, when what's his face? Hondo's in it.
Yeah.
Hondo?
Jedi? I knew a Jedi. I knew some Jedi. At least we were friends. At least I think we were friends.
Dude, yeah.
Dude, you gotta
Hondo,
watch.
I like
You gotta watch the Rebels, Kyle.
We'll see.
Dude, it's so good. Like
Rebels.
Like okay, I just one thing I like to point out with Rebels is that they took absolutely nothing and turned it into something. Like Clone Wars, they already had like the characters.
The basis.
Yeah, they had the base of it. Rebels, they took nothing and turned it into something cool. Like they took these a random apprentice or Padawan that you saw in episode 3, and then you took Ahsoka that was from the show, and then you turned that into that. You turned like just that thing right there and expanded. It's just cool how they did that. And then how they added it into the movies is really cool. How they have some characters make appearances from the show in the movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I might.
I like how they showed Admiral Thrawn. Because a lot of people know him from, like, movie, like, videos and people talking about him. And, like, from, like, the wiki. But Admiral Thrawn was the greatest Imperial general of all time.
He was smart.
Admiral. He was so smart. He was
so smart.
very close to getting fully promoted, but when then he was like, I forgot if the Empire turned against him or if Palpatine wanted him killed, but he actually got his whole ship of men to rebel against the Empire, which isn't, like, I don't know if it's canon or not. I can't remember the exact story on what actually happened with Thrawn, but see, Thrawn learned from escapes. He actually let them escape. He's like, well, they won this fight this time, but he used his losses to give him
motivation.
advantages.
Yeah,
that's how he found the rebel base. He's like, but you let them escape, sir. Yes, but they only had this hyperspace fuel, so it can. All these planets gone. These 15 planets are the ones we have to search. It's like,
yeah, he learns from anything. From one thing, he will learn from it. He learned from his mistakes, or it wasn't really mistakes. He's like, I let them escape. He's like, I pinpointed it to these sources, and he's like, we'll do it again and go from there.
His losses turned into wins very quickly.
What does it say here? How did Thrawn die?
Yeah, speaking of fucking shows, I've been watching. What is it recently? I never was going to. My dad and my sister watch it all the fucking time, and it's been, I don't know, 3 years since the first one came out, or the first season or whatever. Stranger Things. And I don't know. At first I was like, oh, it's a kid show, yada yada. It's TV-14, so it's not necessarily like a kid show. It's pretty good though, honestly.
Hmm.
It's
I never got into it.
I I don't know, if you watch the first episode or two, you'd probably get into it. It's pretty good. So far, I just finished the first season. I'm on to the second one.
Yeah, I was confused that night. You're like, I don't have class till like 1 or like I don't have
I
like
said I
Zoom
have a
call.
9 a.m., but it's
Yeah,
Zoom.
yeah, and then I have a
have
class at 1, and you're like, so it's Stranger Things time, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I watched
I
like
was like,
2 episodes.
what are you talking about, my guy?
Yeah, Thrawn ended up being supreme commander of the Imperial fleet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you look inside of like his office, you'll see so much cool stuff in there. Like he has Gree's helmet in there.
Whose?
Commander Gree.
Oh.
The not Jedi. The clone that was under Luminara that gets his head sliced off by Yoda's lightsaber. His helmet's in there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, dude, I'm just ready to get some stuff on the Old Republic, like that they've been hyping it up so much. Like I've watched the shows, or not the shows, the trailers that they had for the Old Republic game. It just, that whole thing looks badass as it is. So I can't wait till they actually go into talking about the Old Republic.
There's just so much. There's just so much that the Star Wars has like to keep going.
That was only one fraction of the entire huge storyline that is Star Wars. You got the Old Republic. You could go back to the beginning when the Jedi and like the first started.
Yeah.
Then you could go after if you wanted to talk about like, what is it, like Rey and whatever she does.
You could go
like,
before and after, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you could like Mandalorians. Like people love the Mandalorians from, the Star Wars. Like when you had Clone Wars series, they loved the Mandalorians in that, to where they are making a show about it. Like there's so many, and then like you have Rebels. There's so many cool sideshows they can do off of this. Like it's endless, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say they've made movies, like origin story movies and movies that kind of bridge the gap between, and like they're not even main movies, but they're still really fucking good. I still enjoy watching Solo and Rogue One.
Rogue One makes episode 4 so it makes it
more complete.
100%.
It definitely makes it. I don't know. It explains more, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it explains on. Well, if you look at it, yeah, because like you don't understand how like the rebels are so like big, and they have more support, then why there's like no fighters in that. And then you look at Rogue One and you realize a good portion of their fleet got annihilated, and also a decent amount of people that were in the Rebel Alliance left after they saw the capability of the Death Star.
Yeah, they were fucking like, yeah, we can't.
Yeah, no, we will go into hiding. Yeah, because if you look at it in Rogue One, they have such a massive fleet.
They have a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, but then you look at it in A New Hope, it's just dwindled to nothing. Like, And another thing I wish they would have do is, if anything, they like in Mandalorian, it's talking about building the New Republic up. I hope they make a movie or anything like that where they sort of talk about like after episode 6 into 7, like that, how you have that little gap in there, to where it's like after the Empire is over, to where the New Republic is happening, and then you have the First Order that comes into play. I hope they like sort of like talk about that, maybe like bind the gap that is in there of how the like First Order is able to take place.
I remember it now. So Thrawn ended up leaving the Empire, and then after the Battle of Endor, he rejoined with it, and he died at 9 ABY when his Imperial forces attacked the New Republic military and Smugglers Alliance.
Okay, so he was one of those like it is in The Mandalorian, like one of those little bridges of like troops that are still loyal to the Empire.
Well, yeah, when he came back, he gathered a whole army, pretty much.
Yeah, he was in command.
It was Thrawn's Confederation, where he reunited with the Galactic Empire and locked in a civil war due to individuals warlords
Gotcha.
vying for power in addition to Imperial loyalists trying to seize control.
Yeah, gotcha. I just hope that they do explain some things in the near future, like they sort of like complete these little gaps that we have in the timeline. Like what happens after episode 9? Like what happens? Like they do something like just a little preview of like what happened or a little show, something like that. I'd like for them to complete the gap that we have, because it'd make more sense in the end.
Definitely would.
Because like, what does Rey do after? Because she technically the Sith are defeated, unless something miraculously happens to where the Sith come back. Because Palpatine was the last Sith. So
and he said, "I am all the Sith," and once he was destroyed, does that mean that all the Sith are destroyed as well?
Yeah, like
along with it.
And does Rey go on to start creating the next generation of Jedi? Who knows? Just like what happens
if she does, the Jedi are ruined.
See, the thing, I feel that I wouldn't be mad if they didn't make any more past that. I want to see a lot more before, but I wouldn't be upset because I think that, especially with Disney, not that they would ruin it because they've brought a lot of good stuff to to Star Wars, of course, but I don't know if I would want to see. Unless I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if they didn't go on forward past that time.
Yeah, because I feel like if they did, then it would just turn into pretty much a loop is what they would probably do of 1 through 9 what we had here. They'd have something similar would happen. They would create this Jedi and it'd last 1,000 years.
Then something would come in and destroy it, rule for a little bit. Yeah, it would be. I want to see
what I want to really see if they go back to their old Republic is I want to see Mandalorians battling the Jedi, because back in the day, I guess the Mandalorians would kick the Jedi's ass at some points, because the Mandalorians were very frightening. Like the Jedi would just get their asses kicked with them. Like that's how they got the dark saber. They would attack the Jedi Temple. It's very cool. Or maybe they'll do that. They'll go back there and they'll show the origin of the Mandalorians getting the dark saber, because that happened during their old Republic, wasn't it? Or was it no?
They need to show more of Darth Maul after.
Yeah, Rogue One. There was no Solo.
Well, look in the last season. They just like Maul was ended off in a ship or an escape pod.
That in Solo, he talks to Kira and says, "You will be working a lot closer to me." And then like it just ends there. So it's like they literally just opened it up. I have a feeling that there's
another movie coming.
Maybe another movie, or
I think usually if they do it like that, there's no way they're gonna make a show off of that.
What about the Kenobi series?
I think we got Mandalorian, Kenobi series, Bad Batch, and then at some point we're gonna have the Old Republic.
A lot of good stuff coming into the future.
In fact, that and they're adding some new stuff at Disney World for Star Wars wise.
A lot more.
To where I'm so ready to.
Yeah.
For us next year, maybe if COVID.
Next year, holy shit! No.
Cody.
Wait, you guys don't want to do it next year?
We don't have the funds for next year.
Okay, fine.
You might, unless you want to like pitch in for Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it year after.
Yeah, Cody. We can pay you back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We'll take a
Twitch just needs to pop off.
$10,000 loan, buddy. That's probably not gonna happen. Honestly, I'm just being truthful. It probably won't. I do it for fun,
Just
buddy. If I were doing it to get like a lot of money, I would have fucking quit a long time ago. Because going to 1 or 2, 3 viewers even
Mm-hmm.
It's
Hey,
not
like,
nature
everybody
boring.
starts at one. Everybody starts somewhere. You just
Everyone
gotta,
does start at 0. That's right, but I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you cut out there. But
Yeah,
yeah, everybody starts somewhere. It's just you just gotta have like that one stream that pops off or that one clip that gets out there. That's all it is.
it's
With everything.
it's your
It's that
gateway
one
video or
video
gateway
that
clip.
pops off is what will get you noticed. You have that one person to come to your stream.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I'm just like this year. I'm hoping Connor. When were we supposed to get something about the Kenobi series? Was that next year?
I think they pushed it back to next year.
Because let's see. Let me look at Bad Batch.
They were in
Bad
production.
Batch series release date. Okay, Bad Batch series is.
I just kept clicking the thing. That's a yikes on me.
Star Wars: The Bad Batch release date.
They pushed everything back because Kenobi, I'm pretty sure, was in production, or they were going to start, and they pushed it back. They had to push Marvel, like everything just got pushed back. I'm also excited for Marvel, Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series.
It doesn't say anything about it. I'm guessing they'll probably release that. If anything, if it's the Bad Batch, they might release it in the spring of next year. Kenobi series will get pushed back. Like they might be just like Mandalorian. As soon as Mandalorian will get done, we'll have a new Star Wars series coming out. To where, and then they'll like at the end of like the Mandalorian, they'll like have something on Disney Plus to be like, coming soon, this spring. The Bad Batch, or it'd be like Kenobi series, they'll have something like that probably, to where like they'll be like, hey, guess what? You just got done this Star Wars series. Go watch this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would definitely be cool.
Mm-hmm. I say we got the movie this. I don't think we're gonna get a movie this year. I think it'll just be Mandalorians. We'll have to go with the next year if anything.
I don't even know a movie next year. Honestly,
they've had talk about.
If there was gonna be a movie next year, you would see shit on it right now, or a teaser or something. Yeah. I mean, maybe but it would probably be like late.
Yeah, because actually, now I'm thinking about it, I haven't heard anything revolving around it, like of actor wise. So probably not. It might be a year afterwards. Yeah, like if anything, like we'll get a trailer or something like that, or be like this coming soon, spring or like that.
It's probably still in the beginning stages.
Mm-hmm.
Is my guess.
Hey, as long as they're in the beginning stages, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm ready for a new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I'm ready to build the hype up again.
Because isn't it with the thing, with Mandalorian, it's a full season that drops. It's not just like episode a week or some shit.
It's episode a week.
It is an episode a week. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's
how it was for the first season.
Gotcha. I know that's what Clone Wars was. There at the end.
That's how it is with I think any TV series. It is just episode a week.
Well, at least on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Well, for most TV shows, it is actually.
Not on Netflix. No, they drop seasons.
Oh yeah, because
for shows. They go by seasons.
I guess for Netflix it is, but for pretty much any other for like Game of Thrones, it was episode.
HBO.
For HBO, for like mainly TV series, they were
Hulu.
on TV.
No, not even necessarily that. I just think it's for Disney Plus, and then your outside shows, because they're shows on Netflix, shows on Hulu. Shows on Prime Video, they would come out on a season basis. They would come out
after the season was already aired on like TV, or was it just straight to Netflix?
It depends on if it was aired on TV. If it was aired on TV, they wait.
Then it's weekly.
It's not. It was aired on. No. Listen, if it was aired on TV for Netflix, Hulu, if it was aired on TV, they would wait till that whole season's done, and then they fucking plop a season onto Netflix.
Yeah, but I was saying is that when they were releasing those episodes originally, when they first dropped on TV, they were weekly episodes. That's why you said they
On
had to wait till the show was
TV,
over.
yeah, on TV.
Yeah, that's why I said. I said most TV series
But
they usually
not
have
in
to where they're
streaming
uploaded one
services.
episode at a time
Yes, just not on streaming services. This was
on
only
streaming services,
TV.
unless it's like Disney Plus, where this is where it's
That's-
first dropping.
I know. That's what I said. Was Disney Plus and like HBO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff coming. I'm excited to
There's
see what.
there's also rumors about what's it called? Game of Thrones spin-offs. They've already like confirmed a spin-off of Game of Thrones. There's just no
In the beginning,
timetable.
when they first the Targaryens moved.
Yeah, there's just no timetable and like.
It's when it's when they're dragons and all that.
No,
shit.
I'm not that. I'm talking about a timetable and when it's gonna come out. I know when the thing's. Coming
Oh.
out. I know that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I know
yeah,
it's
just,
the Targaryen.
Yeah, that's been in works for. Been talking about that for like over a year now.
Yeah, they just haven't. Everything stopped. All production has stopped for
COVID.
everything
For COVID, yeah.
since March.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, COVID. But yeah, as soon as COVID hopefully gets over with, like whenever that is, hopefully it'll be back to normal. Because it's interesting to see how they're gonna come out. Like, I get it, like why people aren't coming out with movies because it's hard for filming wise to get everybody together because some people are very germaphobes where they don't want to be around people, which I completely understand. But like that, and also movie theater wise, they don't want to release these movies because like they're not going to get a lot of revenue in theaters because not everybody's going to go to theaters. So
they won't make money on.
Like with TV shows, it's different because it's like people just watch them at home. I think it's what they might stick to right now. That's what it'll be. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
For sure.
You want to end it off there, Kyle?
Yeah, I think we're pretty decent on that.
I don't want to get into another topic that'll keep us dragging on.
That'll drag on past. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I want to end it on a good note there.
because Cody just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks.
Better than you being over there quiet, not saying a word.
He's doing his homework.
Sorry, I was doing homework.
he's like, before we started, he was like, I'm gonna wait till after we done with the podcast to do homework.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then I was like, well, I did a lot of talking in the beginning, and then
I should
you guys
be good.
kind of went on your.
I should start doing homework instead. All right, Connor. So end her off then.
Okay, but before we end it off, we also have. Sorry, before you go and do the outro, we have merch. Put that down in the description below. Also, the Discord. Forgot to put that in the link, but I updated it. It's in the description below. It'll also be in the description here. Merch. I've ordered 2 things of the merch. I will be showing that off here soon whenever I get it. I think it said November 2nd through the 5th, so that's in about a week to 2 weeks time.
2 weeks.
Yep, week to 2 weeks time. So really excited for that. And yeah, you go ahead, Connor.
Well, guys, this was a pretty good podcast. Pretty overall, pretty very Star Wars heavy. I think this was definitely a good podcast. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching the FC podcast. I'm your host Connor. I will see you later. Kyle, want to say anything?
Peace, bitches.
And that's everything. Let's go. Bye.
See ya.
Oh shit, Cody. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, see you guys.